And ladies and gentlemen, we realized something happened outside.
Yeah, I think something happened outside. In-flight fright. Yikes. Terrifying video. An engine caught fire on a United Airlines flight in Florida. Crew member could be heard telling passengers that, yes, we are aware of the problem. Happened on Monday. The plane made an emergency landing back in Houston 15 minutes after takeoff. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. The cause of that fire is now under investigation. The airline has released a statement. United Flight 1118 returned to Houston shortly after takeoff due to an engine issue. The flight landed safely. All passengers deplaned normally. We are learning that plane from Houston was a Boeing 737-900, similar to the MAX fleet that was grounded in January after a door plug blew out on an Alaska Airlines flight. The FAA's investigation into that Alaska flight incident is ongoing. Joining us now, aviation expert and retired airline captain Richard Levy. Thank you and welcome back. So passengers heard loud popping sounds about 10 minutes or so after takeoff, and then you saw what they saw. What could that have been?
Good morning, Marni. Without facts from the National Transportation Safety Board, my immediate analysis is what we call a compressor stall. The compressor stall is basically the airflow flowing through the engine is not flowing evenly, and that has to do with the blades inside the engine. And that could happen on any jet engine and any model of airplane. It really has little to nothing to do with the MAX airplane, Marni.
What causes it?
That causes it, normally a compressor stall occurs when a blade in the engine, many blades, it's like a windmill, but there's many hundreds of these blades, becomes loose due to turbulence, due to vibration. And if it breaks off, then the airflow through the engine, which is very fast, very hot temperatures, that's how the jet engine works, by the way, creates a popping sound, and we call that in the industry a compressor stall. We give this in training all the time in all types of aircraft. The crew did a marvelous job. Apparently, the flight attendants in the back gets kudos. They called the flight deck and said, "We see flames. We hear noises back here." Of course, the crew would have seen that, and they shut the engine down.
Right. And when that compressor problem happens and you shut the engine down, how does that impact the plane's ability to fly and safely land?
Zero. Perfectly. It's routine. It's routine in training. Let me clarify.
It doesn't look routine to me as a passenger, but I hear you.
Yeah, and that flame is coming out. The engine is always on fire. It creates heat coming out of it, but it's an uneven flow, and that's what the flames are coming out of it. The crew handled it marvelously, the flight deck crew. They shut the engine down. They made a single engine landing. They deplaned the passengers normally, and everybody went on to Fort Myers later that evening on United.
So it sounds like you all trained for this. Not that alarming to see, but how often does something like this happen, Richard?
Rare, Marni, very, very rare, actually. And as you mentioned, I was in the business before I retired 41 years. 41 years, I had one compressor stall.
All right, so rare, but still scary. It comes, though, on the heels of that door plug incident. Different aircraft, right? I hear you, it's a much different issue, but what is the message to the flying public about safety on our aircraft right now? Should there be a concern after a string of incidents?
As I mentioned on another interview with you, Marni, there's a risk walking across the street, and there's a risk driving your car. Flying is very safe. There's procedures, policies that we all follow. And if something unusual happens, an issue like this, you simply go back to your emergency procedures, shut the engine down, brief the flight attendants, and land the airplane. Flying is safe and will always be safe, but there are risks in anything we do in life. I believe this MAX airplane, the 737, is a wonderful airplane. What happened with Alaska has nothing to do with what you just saw with United, Marni.
Yeah, understood. Final question on the Alaska flight, though. The NTSB is investigating. We know there were some door plug issues, some bolt issues. As your experience as a pilot, what questions would you be asking of investigators and of Boeing to get to the bottom of this so something like it doesn't happen again?
Simple answer, quality assurance. Let's get a little bit, step up the quality assurance of people double checking each other. That's so easy.
Yeah, and the conversation much differently if anyone had been hurt in any of these incidents, of course. Richard Levy, thankfully, everyone landed safely in both of these. Good to see you as always. Thank you for your straight talk.
Good morning. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.